Aloha.
Shut up, Pearl Harbor, by the way. Whoop, whoop. Hello and welcome. We're back. This is the Baller Lifestyle Podcast from theballerlifestyle.com. My name is Brian Beckner. Thank you very much for joining us. Episode number 584 of the program. Remember program? I still say program. Like your teacher would be like, hey, we're going to watch an educational program. What? There's no fucking you in that word. It's program. Program. Get the fuck out of here. I'm joined, as always, by Mr. Ed Daly. Oh, wait. I got to say that you can call us 949-464-TBLS. You can send us a voicemail. Mailbag. Also, this is so ChatGPT catches it and puts it in the show notes. Also, please consider subscribing to our Patreon. I worked out the kinks. It's all set up. We're all good to go. Okay? No more bitching in the emails, all right? And now look, and also in the comments on Patreon. And now I will admit, some of you were very nice and helpful. And I figured out there was a setting I needed to change. Honestly, I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about. I never Patreoned before. Patreon.com/the Baller Lifestyle Podcast. We're getting a lot of people coming over from Red Circle. We're almost back to where we were on Red Circle. And then we got to go exponential. Or else me and Ed are shutting this show down December 31st, 2025, which is like the 12th anniversary of the show or something. That's it. It's going to be the end. So you better tell your fucking friends to subscribe because we're sick of this bullshit. Been at it a long time. And guess what? It took us a while, but we're pretty good at it now. We didn't used to be that good at it. Now we're pretty good at it. So tell your shitty friends and they can watch it too, you know? I mean, if they get Patreon, I put it on YouTube too. You know how it goes. I'm joined now, as always, by Mr. Ed Daly. Ed, how are you?
I'm doing well. I got a gift from a friend of the show.
What? He fucking sends me shit.
It's a friend of mine, the great toe cutter.
Oh, I love toe cutter.
I played high school football with him. He's a buddy.
Hey, look, he's a Red Circle guy. And he's probably a Patreon guy. I haven't checked lately.
Yeah, he asked me like whenever we made the switch. He's like, hey, what happened to Red Circle? And I had to tell him, but buddy.
Yeah, we're on the Believe Network now. Tell us, what do you got?
He likes to make fun of me for drinking tea, so he got me this mug. And it's a black mug, and then when there's a hot beverage in it, it turns into this beautiful message.
That shit's high tech.
Yeah.
I love that mug.
It's a nice mug, right?
I love it. It's an I'm gay mug. I would love to have that. I would drink out of that mug every fucking Saturday.
Of course.
Love it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Now, I just saw something before I got on the show. And it was like a quiz on one of these Instagrams that I follow.
Yeah.
And I saw the question and I wondered, because I do wonder about this sometimes. When taking a shower, Ed, do you base the spray, the nozzle, or do you turn? I can't remember if we've covered this before, but I know you're going to have the wrong answer. Or do you turn your back and let the water hit you in the back?
I like it going right in my face.
You're a psycho. That's psychotic. I remember we've talked about this before.
Girls are supposed to let it hit their back. And
they are? What?
Yeah. Get in there. Get in there. Splash the face.
But it's constantly little specks are hitting you in the face the whole fucking time.
A wonderful feeling.
I just shout out to Fidos, by the way. I just moved to a sad dad apartment, and as many people have made clear on this show, I'm not tall. Okay, I'm 5'8". That's world average height. But this shower, I'm actually in my sex dungeon right now.
The showers are made for a different era.
Yes. I mean, this Billy Barty couldn't take a shower in the shower. It's like, it's so low. I got to get one of those S pipes. What do you call that? Nipple. Yeah. It's called a nipple, technically. I got to put one of those S nipples on there to get it up higher so it actually hits me in the head. I got to duck down. And it's like, if I got to duck down, but everybody's got to duck down. Like, there's no one, unless you're 5 feet tall, You're not even in the water. What's going on? But never don't face the fucking water, guys. That's psychotic. Who faces the water?
I occasionally turn around because I have to.
You got to wash your ass.
Well, I have to do everything. So I turn different ways. But when I walk into the shower, the first thing I'm doing, I'm facing first.
And you like as you're standing, getting used to the water, it's hitting you in the chest and face and your dick, and it's getting the front of you. You get the front of you primarily, correct?
I let the water heat up to a acceptable temperature. Sure. I put my foot in to make sure it's ready.
You test it
and
with
I just go right in. Go right in.
You go right in facing direct. You face the
That's
nozzle.
My first move. Psychotic. That's my first move. But then I turn around because now I gotta. You don't put soap as the water's hitting you, so I turn around, soap up, and then
Hold on. The story's changing a little bit here.
What?
Give me a percentage of shower of 100% of the shower. What percent of the shower is spent facing the nozzle, and what percent of the shower is spent with like a normal person with the water hitting you in the back?
I'm going to say a 50-50.
50-50.
But I start head on.
Facing.
If I'm going to, because I'm going to start to get wet.
Yeah.
I start head on.
I did an Instagram story about this one time. And people think I'm psychotic, but I feel like this happens to a lot of people. Oftentimes, so here's my shower routine. I get in, I wet myself, all right? Get all wet. If I'm washing my hair, which is not every day, okay? See? Yeah, see? Yep. What? I knew Ed wouldn't like that. I
can't even have a good discussion about shower. You don't wash your what?
It gets frizzy. It gets frizzy if I wash
every day, sometimes twice a day.
That's too much, Ed. That beautiful hair of yours, you're stripping all the natural oils off it. I'm good. Enough. I'll wash my hair probably about once a week or so when I get in there. I shower every day. Don't get me wrong. I shower every day.
I mean, you shower-ish every day. If you're not shampooing.
I don't shampoo. Yeah. Not once a week. About once a week is shampoo. But what I do,
I'd be like, yeah, I get it. Yeah. You have hair.
I have hair. Yeah. But I will, and you're going to hate this even more. What I do instead, or either after shampooing, roughly once a week, sometimes less often than that. Or if I don't shampoo, I get a little conditioner and I get it all in the hair. Condition. Get it all in there, and then I let it sit.
You don't shampoo, you just condition.
Just condition. I let it sit. And then I get the face soap. I got a soap just for my face. Now look. I know I've been tricked by Big Lever or whoever, or Uniroyal. Who makes the soap? Unilever. I know I've been tricked by them, but I got one soap for the face and another one for the body. I do the face. Then depending on if I've shampooed, then I rinse all that off and then I hit the conditioner. This is where I get fucked up. I'm just realizing now. Then I condition. Then I wash the body. I get the pits. And you know what I do, Ed? I wash. You're not a washcloth guy, are you? If you tell me you're a washcloth guy, we're ending the fucking podcast right now before December 31st, 2025. I can't find out that you do a washcloth, Ed. I just can't.
I would guess the last time I used a washcloth was when I was like 8 months old.
Good.
Like something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
When you get washed. Yeah.
When I'm getting washed. Yeah. But I probably don't do what you're like. People use loofahs and stuff. I have the body wash. I just squirt it into my hand and just do. I don't use any like props. Not a prop comic
either.
In the shower.
I'm not same. So I get in there and then I hit myself with the shampoo or with the soap, and I start at the pits and I work my way down. I get the neck and shit, and then you know what I find is I wash my dick and then just lots of soap congregates by the dick. And so then I'll just I'll be like, oh, I got to wash my legs. And look, I know white people are infamous for not washing their legs, but I'll wash my legs. I throw my leg up on the side and then I'll get some soap from around my dick and I'll go down and I'll do the whole leg and foot area. And then I come back, and then I go to the other leg, and I get some more soap from around my dick because it's always all sudsy around the dick. I don't need to get more soap. Oh, there's a lot of soap hanging out around my dick area. I get more soap from around the dick, and I do the other leg and foot, and then I wrap up. I get a whole bunch of soap. I get whatever's left from around my dick, and I scrub my asshole real good. And then I hose it out with the thing. I let the thing hose it out. Now, here's something that happens to me. Sometimes I daydream a lot. Okay. I got an active imagination, ADHD. Okay. I'm ruminating. I'm thinking about stuff. Sometimes I'll go, did I wash my ass? And I'll look around. I'll go, oh, there's no soap on my dick. Did I get the pit? Did I get the whole area? And then I talk, and I know I probably did, Ed. Okay. I'm pretty sure I did, but I don't know. I don't see any evidence around the shower. So you know what I do? I do it again. I start from the beginning.
I'm similar.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm asking. Okay.
I use probably too much soap.
It's okay.
Because
use liquid soap. You're not one of these bar soap psychopaths. You're not in an Alabama chain gang.
I probably squirt Cool Hand Luke.
Yes.
I probably squirt the soap into my hand like 3 different times. Kind of divide my body up into thirds.
I do that too, along with the dick saving area of soap. I am getting more soap. I'm not. It's not all from the dick, but a lot of it congregates around the dick. You can get some extra from there.
I do wash my legs first, especially because for some reason when I ride my bike, I get shit on my calves and stuff like that. But I will admit to this: I don't wash the bottoms of my feet. I wash my feet, but I'm standing in soap. I don't want to fall, whatever.
Yeah, I give it a 1 over. It's not like I'm not getting out a brush or anything, I just hit it with a little bit of soap. I will say I don't do a great job on the bottoms of my feet either because I am standing in the water, in the soapy water. So I'm with you there. Everything's running down.
And the similarity, you said you forget if you wash your ass or something. I pretty much just do everything once with the soap. Yeah. But shampoo, because I'm a normal person, I wash every day.
Hair. Yeah.
Sometimes I forget, did I put the shampoo in yet?
Yep.
And so I'll shampoo twice in one session. Yeah. It'll never be 0 times. Never be 0.
Never 0. Yeah. But sometimes twice. You're natural. You have no natural oils on your head. It's just stripped.
I'm very oily skin. I wake up oily. I've got natural oils. But
you're greasy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's why I have to always wash.
Yeah.
But I don't use shampoo this is a serial killer thing you're probably saying.
Yeah.
I don't use hair gel. My hair is fuzzy.
Yeah, you don't need
I take regular conditioner and then I rub it in my head after I'm out of the shower.
Oh.
And it kind of
I love that.
hardens into a sort of a gel.
Sure.
But that's when I use it. I use conditioner after the shower. That's my hair gel.
Yeah, I think that's a great plan. I had another buddy, because you have this thick, coarse hair, Ed. You could probably put anything in there. I had another buddy that would use aloe vera. He would just get a little aloe vera and just through the.
But if I put nothing, it's like a tennis ball. It's just fuzzy.
Yeah. Since my hair's gone, it's funny because I look at pictures of myself and I'm a year and a half ago, I had a few gray hairs, and now my hair is mostly gray, but it's also changed the texture of my hair. Yeah. So it's more coarse or something. So that's I gotta go with different products. But we're interested in your shower routine.
Just all gray now.
Yeah, look at that head of hair. It's beautiful. It's peacocking it over here. Okay, you got anything? You got anything you want? I'm talking shower routines. Yeah.
One depressing recommendation. When I was flying to Colorado a few weeks ago, I watched the Ohio State wrestling thing where Jim Jordan definitely covered up for a rapist. But it was well done.
Fingers.
It was terrible, but well done kind of thing.
Is this on Netflix? HBO.
I think
is he still a senator from the great state of Ohio?
Yeah, refuses to wear his jacket and shit. Yeah.
Oh, he does? Oh, I don't know. Yeah. We need Katie Shady to weigh in on that. Okay. Let's talk. What do we do right now? Oh, we talk about people who died.
Oh, we got a big one.
It's a sad segment, very sad, and it will not be an update on who's alive.
Let's get a tragic update.
Tragic update. Cause Ed Daly has been keeping up on who just died. Cause we're about to hear from Ed on which celebrities are dead. So tell me who died.
Ed, gotta know.
Tell me. I just realized, did I forget one? Maybe not. I don't know.
Okay.
There's a ton this week, and a ton of people dying before their time. This was a very sad, sad week. This shouldn't be. But first, we got news today. I think he died yesterday. Malcolm Jamal Warner, 54 years old. He drowned while on vacation in Costa Rica. I didn't know that he died, and Jay Stu sent us one of his little quips.
I didn't either. I didn't know what he was talking about.
Like, why are you talking about? I'll pull it up because we'll give because he loves his jokes to us.
Tread lightly.
I was like, I thought he was talking. So guys, Malcolm Jamal Warner, he pulled up a profile. It says Malcolm Jamal Warner at 50 plus, live life with no regrets. And he said, if I could offer a one regret for him, not learning how to swim. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then I learned
swim fine.
Like an hour. Yeah, he might be a good swimmer. It was a crazy current, they said.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't find him until the next day or some shit.
You gotta look for those currents. You gotta see the changes in the texture of the water. You gotta see if there's any fucking sand being churned up. Yeah. You gotta fucking just sit there and check if there's a lifeguard. We have a lot of lifeguards that happen to listen to this show from Laguna Beach, California. I just want to tell you guys, I love you guys. I was
a childhood lifeguard.
Ed was a lifeguard as well. You go talk to the lifeguard. Hey, you see any rips? How's it looking out there? Now in Costa Rica, they probably don't have that. But when in doubt, just don't go in the fucking ocean. If you're not, look, I don't like to go in the ocean without flippers. If I'm going to be swimming in the ocean, I want to know I got enough power because I'm not the greatest swimmer. I want to know I got enough power to get out of things. So if I'm going to be swimming in the ocean, I like to have fins on, but that's just me. If I'm not sure, I'm not fucking around. You guys, fucking. We talk about people drowning all the time on this show. Super sad. This guy's 54 years old. He fucking probably never got that Gordon Gartrell that he was after back in the day. So
I will say this. Obviously, that show just can't hold up because it's just so problematic. Phil Huxtable. So
he was a gynecologist whose office was in the basement of his home. No one thought that was weird.
But I will say, Theo, of course, Denise, they were the only good parts of the show.
Yeah.
Like Theo, he was like a lovable, like goofy teenager, and Denise,
great kid, and his buddy Cockroach works at Trader Joe's in Manhattan.
Denise ran her off because she made Angel Heart. Because she wasn't virtuous enough for Bill Cosby.
Yeah, she didn't play fucking Bill Cosby's bullshit. She went and made a fucking an insane art film with Mickey Rourke and Robert De Niro that everybody should see. Angel Heart.
It's bonkers, but but yeah, like he was, I don't know much. He Malcolm and Eddie was like a big show on one of the like WB or something. I didn't see, but I know he had a career after that. But like he was the best part of a show that was iconic at its time.
Yeah, he was. Look,
so R.I.P.
Probably a good dude, family man, just very sad, terribly very sad.
Yeah. This one, he kind of was asking for it. Felix Baumgartner, the stratosphere skydiver, 56 years old, paragliding accident. Like the dude's like, hey, let me see if I can parachute from space. Okay, I'm gonna paraglide. Like he's just trying to do things that are eventually gonna kill you.
It's only a matter of time. Look, if you're paragliding, I will tell you, Ed, I hike. Well, I just moved, but I hike over here, and where I hike, there's a bunch of like white dudes with too much money, probably fucking like dentists or sales guys. And you know what they do, Ed? They go to the top of this hill and they jump off this hill with a motorized parachute.
base jumping?
No, not base jump. It's I don't know. I think it's called paragliding. But it has a motor, and they sit in this stupid thing and they go with the fucking motorized thing with the sail on top of it, and they're buzzing over my head, and I'm trying to take in the fucking God's beauty, God's creation is all around me, and some dickhead white prick is fucking buzzing around my head, and Ed. Every day, every time I walk by, I go, I wish one of these guys would crash and die right here in the middle
Felix
Parkway. Yeah, look at him there. No. He free dove. What do you call that? Free fell.
Yeah.
Out of a fucking balloon in the stratosphere.
It was black. The sky was black. He was so high.
The sky was black. He was in space, and everybody's sucking Katy Perry's dick and Gayle King because they went on a fucking roller coaster that went up high and came back down perfectly safe. This asshole had to put on a spacesuit, Ed, and fall out of the fucking sky further than anybody ever fell before. It's pretty bad. He's an Austrian. Like, he's a psychotic person. That said, I mean, look, it's gonna
die somehow.
Get you. It's gonna. You're jumping off shit. You're gonna die.
Not gonna be a natural causes guy. He just wasn't. It was gonna be an accident.
Yeah, he was not. That's a good point. Yeah, old age wasn't gonna get old Felix.
No. R.I.P. Harry Tenowitz. He was a beloved Chicago sports radio host. 64 complications from a liver transplant. Very sad.
Very sad. But I mean, what do you need them? Yeah.
Hey, not judging. Chicago radio hosts. They've been known. They've been known to be.
They get on the Malort out there at the Chicago's one of the great drinking towns in all the world. Every fucking street has 13 bars on it. It's insane. You're like, how can this many bars be in business? You're like, bar across the street. You're in a neighborhood. You're like, oh, I'm just walking through a neighborhood. It's so beautiful. Oh, there's 4 bars right here on the corner. It's insane.
Yeah, you're talking to someone who lives in the most bars per square mile in the country.
Oh yeah, who am I talking to? Who am I talking
to? R.I.P. David Altchek, the longtime Mets doctor and Tommy John surgeon, 68 years old, brain tumor. Very sad.
I'm very sad.
R.I.P. Brian Bremen, former Eagles and Texans linebacker, 38, rare aggressive form of cancer. I saw J.J. Watt posted about it. Like, just fucking awful.
Yeah, very sad.
RP Auden Gronwald, the 2010 bronze medal winning skier, 49, struck by lightning. Don't fuck with the weather. Don't.
No.
I got caught in a thunderstorm
last week. It was last week when we were about to record the show.
Yeah. And I was like, shit, this is not good. But I had to get back.
Yeah. You should have just lived in the Mexican restaurant. You could call in. We could do it on the phone because
I mean, remember when Elvis is starting to fade to black. This is
I know you just take a half sip of your mug and it's black on the top and the bottom just says I'm gay.
You can see where the how much I've consumed.
Yes. Yeah. Got about a third left. I see that.
R.I.P. Wayne Thomas, former Rangers, New York Rangers goaltender and San Jose Sharks executive, 77 cancer. This is a wild one. R.I.P. Fauja Singh, the world's oldest marathoner, 114 years old, did not die of old age. He got hit by a car. 114.
114. Now
you gotta think you're not gonna have a violent death if you make it to 114.
Yeah, I mean you're cruising. You're like, I get to go out on my terms. I will say how these Indians, they love chasing records. They got to be in the book, and they know they're not going to get Walter Hudson. They're not going to get Walter Hudson. They're not going to get Robert Wadlow. They're just not going to get those ones.
50 Indians aren't going to get Walter Hudson.
No, they just can't do it. So they do the nails, they do the long hair, right? They do whatever. And now this guy's the oldest marathoner. I will say, I'm just going to say this. A lot of times. They say you gotta hit your way off the island, and a lot of times you gotta do it with your cousin's birth certificate because he's 3 years younger than you, and they think you're 16 and you're really 19, and they go, oh, this fucking 16-year-old's got potential. Let's give him $500,000 and get him over here to camp with the Marlins. Okay, and that's what they do. I'm just gonna say, We really believe in this guy's 114? 114 years old?
There's no way they kept adequate records in India in the early 20th century.
This guy's born in 1911, Ed. 1911? My grandma's born 1929. She's still alive. She's old as shit. This guy's old enough to be her dad?
World War I.
Yeah. No. Sorry. No, I mean, R.I.P. obviously very sad.
Yeah,
but get the fuck out of here. 114. I might go like 97. 98.
R.I.P. Dan Rivera. He's an investigator on the show Most Haunted Places. He's 54. Yeah. He was touring with a haunted Annabelle doll and mysteriously died.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I've stated before on the show that I once slept in a room with that Annabelle doll. A former guest of the show is the scribe of those very successful movies. I know. No thank yous, by the way.
Yeah,
and
one time his movie to us.
That's right. And now I don't think he needs us anymore. You know, it's had a bit of a falling out. I just wish him well. He's a great guy.
This last one,
yeah,
Connie Francis, Pretty Little Baby singer. I had a cause of death for everyone. She died at 87. So I'm just gonna guess skateboarding accident. Like I don't know. She was like a 50s or 60s singer.
Yeah, well, she was a real piece of ass, this Connie Francis, right?
I think she was. I feel like she provided music that was like in the first act of Goodfellas.
Yeah.
That kind of singer.
Yeah. Look, she wasn't. It's whoa. I mean, I'm not looking for modern guys. Just let's figure out this AI, because when I type in Connie Francis, it's obvious that I'm not looking for modern day Connie Francis. Okay, like that's like nobody wants to see current model Connie Francis.
Yeah,
they're looking for the
peak.
Yeah, she's kind of in that Doris Day. Yeah. Oh wait, she's got the heavies right here. Right? Yeah. Oh, it's just black. It's just straight up black.
Straight up black.
So you serve it. Somebody goes, "Hey, can I get some tea?" And then you hand them the mug, and then you fill it up, and then all of a sudden they're drinking, and I'm gay. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah.
I'm happy for the world to know I'm gay.
Me too. Dude.
All right.
Yeah. Speaking of gay, let's talk some sports.
My name is Brian. They call me the other guy. I host a podcast show. I'll give hetero life a try. If you see something on my hand, it makes you think I'm not a man. It's just my cool rings, you see. They're as sparkly as can be. I go Troy on DVD.
Ed, what the hell is going on in the world of sports this week? Fucking, it's the dog days of summer. There was the All-Star break. There's just not much happening in sports.
Right. So
what's going on?
Was this British Open? What was the most recent tournament?
Yes, the Open. That's the British Open. It's called the Open because they're all snooty over there. They just call it the Open. Yeah, we're the Open. Yeah.
Well, Scotty Scheffler wins everything, and TaylorMade Golf got ripped for photoshopping his hairline after winning the Open.
So, I tell you what, I'm Scotty Scheffler, and it's a couple days after I win the Open. And I see the stuff come out. I get on the phone to my sponsor and I call up and I go, hey, who was in charge of the socials around the event at the Open? Who was doing the socials? And they go, oh, it's usually a chick. They're like, oh, that was Taylor. And I would go, hey, put me on the phone with Taylor right now. Taylor would pick up the phone and she'd be like, oh, yes, Mr. Yeah. I go, I just want to tell you thank you, because I'm out there, I'm playing golf all day. I'm sweaty. I'm fucking bald as shit. I take off I'm so happy. I'm hugging my wife. I take off my hat and you see these thigh marks. You see this receding hairline. I look like shit. And you came through. I didn't even have to ask you. you came through and you fixed me up and you made me look nice in those pictures. And I just want to tell you, thank you very much, because I would have looked like shit otherwise. Good for her. Ed, your thoughts?
Hey, whatever makes this guy feel comfortable, but you know, maybe
Ed's going to take a counterpoint. Mr. Faces the Water's got a different opinion. You don't want a guy get his hairline fixed up?
All I hear about this dude is he wins all the time. If he's concerned about that hairline,
get fixed.
Go to Turkey, buddy. They're doing great work these days.
Oh yeah, I saw. You know that country guy. Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I mean, he does. They did kind of make him look Middle Eastern. He does look a little. He doesn't look right. I mean, they could have used some tweaking. Whatever.
Yeah, it's not the best Photoshop job.
I did see that country singer. We've talked about him a few times. Not my cup of tea, but he's very popular. Zach Bryan. And we've talked about him here because he's like 27, and he looks like he looks like he could be yours and my uncle. Okay, that's how old
I'm not getting 29 out of this Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, right. This Zach Bryan,
he does look Middle Eastern.
He does, right? He looks, this Zach Bryan, he's fucking rich, Ed, like super rich, like as rich as you could picture somebody being rich. This guy is rich,
right?
And you know what he did? He popped over to Turkey and got that fucking head. He got an all new head. He's fucking looking great. And this Scotty Scheffler, he's a rich kid from a country club from Dallas. You know, that probably wouldn't play well at his church if he got plugs. You know, it wouldn't look cool.
Not what the Lord intended for his head.
Yeah, the Lord doesn't support plug.
I want to go on the record.
Yeah.
Embrace your baldness. Bald is fine.
Yeah, I agree. But either way.
If he has a problem with it, I know he's got $1 zillion at this point. He keeps winning shit. He's good. Yeah, if he's got a problem with it, he should fix it. But I will say this, Ed, I'm the worst picture taker in the world. I've said many times on this show, in person, handsome. Hide your wife, okay? Because I'm a good-looking guy in real life. Take a picture of me, it's a different story. I'm not so good looking in a picture, okay? And a video is even worse, much worse. But I for some reason, Ed, I've started doing this thing. I don't know what's gotten in my head. Everybody knows I need a high angle. You put that fucking camera up high because my problem area is this right here. Right.
That's a problem area for me, Ed. So I don't know why I started doing this. And I've seen myself do it in like 3 pictures lately. Somebody goes to take a picture of me and I throw my arm around somebody. I got this arm around somebody.
And it lifts the shirt.
But I accentuate it. For some reason, I've started taking the offhand and putting it behind my back. So I'm just all belly.
Flexing.
It's just nothing but problem area. My
Flexing
big old
the boiler.
I'm just shoving it out there. And I'm like, and I look at a picture and I go, what the fuck was I doing? My 5th grade teacher died, and me and some girls that I went to elementary school with, we went to his service, or this was like, I don't know, this is like last year sometime. And I went to my service. And then before we left, we all took a picture together. And for some reason, I threw my arms up around these bitches, and my big old fat gut, it was like its own person in the picture. And I'm like, how am I not familiar with my problem here? What I need is the tailor-made team to take care of all pictures of me before they go out.
Clean up every picture.
Clean them up, because I don't know how to pose.
We need a team.
I need a team. What else?
Ex-pro wrestling star Buff Bagwell gets right leg amputated as a result of injuries from a 2020 car accident. I think like a staph infection led to something, but Buff Bagwell. Is that a jobber?
This definitely wasn't a face, Buff Bagwell. And it sounds like, hey, I need to scratch that itch. I'm gonna go down to the Castro district and pay a twink to give me a Buff Bagwell.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get my bag buffed well. Doesn't sound like a name. Sounds like
this is what the politicians always tried to hide. Oh, I heard he's fond of Buff Bagwells.
Oh yeah,
Lindsey Graham. He goes down to that that bar in Southeast DC. He gets a Buff Bagwell.
I'm told on when he's back home when they're out of session that Lindsey Graham's name on Grindr is Buff Bagwell. Like, yes, yeah. Also, I saw somebody needs to break into this Buff Bagwell, and also these guys got to save a little more because he's determined to continue his career as a wrestler.
Oh, so he's gonna do like high school gyms and shit on one leg.
Yeah, he's got a nub, Ed. Like, because if it's above the knee, you got to walk with crutches the rest of your life. Like, you need the knee to be able to do the.
Could he do like a half Blade Runner thing, like a Pistorius thing?
Yeah. Maybe
you could spring into like a Superfly Snuka thing. You just
I love it. Leap over the ropes.
Oh, here comes the Buff Bagwell, and he does the whole.
Yeah. Remember they let this Oscar Pistorius. Remember they let him run in the regular ass Olympics with springs on his legs.
Right, Inspector Gadget. He just had like gadget legs.
And they're like, can't you believe this is an incredible story, triumphant story? And I'm like, the dude has fucking titanium spring-loaded things attached to his legs that propel him forward. That doesn't seem fair.
Right.
You know, like this
give Michael Johnson those things, and he's gonna break 12 seconds on the 400.
Yeah, exactly. This Caster Semenya has a couple buried testes that nobody knew about, and they're like, get the fuck out, you scumbag! You make too much testosterone. You're out of here because you had some testes you didn't know about because you're fucking from Africa and shit.
Yeah, we don't.
Meanwhile, another African gets spring legs.
People that are not born like traditional. Meanwhile, we're going to look at these superhumans that nobody here is born like a traditional human.
Yes, exactly.
Everyone you're looking at is superhuman.
That's how they got there.
So one of the biggest stars in soccer, this guy Lamine Yamal.
He's not on my team. Man,
he's Barca.
The Man U guy.
Barca.
Yeah.
So he as a 16-year-old was like one of the stars of Spain winning the Euros. Like he was that. So he just and he's kicking ass for Barca.
Of course he is.
He just turned 18. And so he had a big birthday bash and he's taking some heat because he's under fire for renting dwarfs as part of his wild
lady work.
They were doing some tossing. There are also some pros working the party.
Yeah.
And he wanted to go big with his 18th birthday, and he's like, always dreamed of having some dwarf tossing.
Look. This is Europe, all right? They got different rules over there. They got different rules. And two, like, did we check in with the dwarfs? Are they upset? You know, like if the dwarves are cool,
they're
actually, like, who are we?
The Spanish Dwarf Association or something. And it's like they don't call themselves little people. Like they still are going with dwarf.
Yeah. Dwarfism, that's the thing they have, right?
Yes, but like they were, I remember whatever I was reading, it was like the Spanish Dwarf Association is like filing a complaint or something, suing. Man.
Yeah, on behalf of their people that were like, hey, that's the most money I made all year. Is doing like this is what I do. I do parties, you know.
And I got to meet Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, Lamine Yamal. You know, of course. Like you know, let's be careful who we're defending here. Okay, Ed. Let's do some voicemails.
I just want to go on record. We're not pro dwarf tossing.
No. But I mean, everybody should live their life. You know, I'm not saying we should be tossing dwarves around, but like, you know, if people volunteer for a thing, what are we to say?
Right.
I'm not saying just like grab somebody smaller than you out in the world and throw them around.
I'm not saying like sneak up on somebody and grab them.
We advocate for consent on this show.
Consent, yes.
He's such a stupid fuck. He sits down on his luck. His voicemails really suck. His voicemails really suck.
No one's enjoying
him. He's so annoying. Plus so fucking boring. and worthless, but he's got nothing else to do. And he's even worse than ish. His thoughts are useless shit. He's fat and got big tits. He's Manuel in Gardenia. Oh, he's Manuel.
He's fat and got big tits.
People were carrying on about, and I very much like, not like he's not like us with the Drake diss track. But nothing.
Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar's Drake diss track. But nothing can hold a candle to that song.
No, it's
His thoughts are useless shit.
Yeah. What's the Tupac one? I fucked your wife. What's that one?
Make money. First off, fuck your bit. I forget the name.
I know. And then Ice Cube has No Vaseline. Like there's some great diss tracks in the world. But I would put Manuel in Gardenia. My favorite part, by the way, of Manuel in Gardenia is the fucking town that Manuel is from is called Gardena. But in the song it's Gardenia because our dear friend Brad in New York, he's not local to this area.
Yeah, same. Because I think of Vincent Gardenia.
Vincent Gardenia or Gardenia mix, yes. Yeah. Gardenia the flower. I don't know. It's Gardena, which makes it even better. Ed, I got just some fantastic news for you today.
Okay.
No voicemails. I guess somebody was texting me last week and they're like, I love it how you berate the voicemailers during their calls. And I'm like, I don't even think I do that. I don't do that at all. I love the voicemailers. I like
we love them, but we're allowed to react.
Yeah. I love Manuel. I love Super Lee, the new Manuel. I like who else? Ish.
David Bray.
Bray. Oh my God. Now Bray rambles a bit, but man, when they get into some airline on airline crime, that's all I want to hear. Like these airlines going after each other look, he's got the toughest job in the game, this Bray.
Sure.
He's trying to get a family sat together so they can go to Orlando. What's harder than that? Nothing. Not a goddamn.
He's dealing with Karens.
It's all Karen. Now, David Bray's 6'8", and he's a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. I can't imagine he's easy to intimidate.
His 6'8"ness is intimidating to men.
Oh yeah.
To a Karen?
Oh, it's true. They don't give a fuck.
She doesn't give a fuck. Yeah, she's gonna annoy him to death.
Okay, one email this week. Hi, Brian and Ed. This week has been slow for my Twitter follow, but the previous week was a gift of knowledge. I think he's on vacation. There were some fireworks safety tweets for NFL players that did not let JPP's cautionary tale resonate with them. It appears that my Twitter follows account might be changing to a tennis pun account. Oh, this was so upsetting, Ed. I think he's going to do it every time now. Wimbledon announced that world number 1 Jannik Sinner defeated Carlos Alcaraz to claim his first Wimbledon title. My Twitter follow then posted, amazing how he was able to escape from Alcaraz.
Douche chills.
Yeah, that was fun.
Really bad.
Yeah. As you can see, this past week was incredibly enlightening. However, all of this shared wisdom was wiped away by something that has shaken my goal of full consistency to a level I did not think possible. My Twitter follower now deleted the post of him questioning Jose Altuve in the on deck circle. I can only hope that his questioning of Altuve was more words than Twitter's servers could handle, and they deleted it. Sorry, I butchered the reading of that. Sorry. Thanks. That is from G Fish.
Well,
that's why we couldn't find it when we're talking about. But he's like, hey, Jose, is that 27 on your jersey? Because that's how many times when you're in 2017 when you're in the World Series and they were doing the trash can, and then they made is that how many times you knew the pitches? And it was like no one could follow what he was saying, and especially the guy in the on deck circle wasn't fucking paying attention. It was really sad, and we couldn't find it. But I did see something today.
I found a doozy today.
Tell me about it, because I didn't understand. Like most of his Twitter X, I didn't get it at all. I didn't understand. So I need to explain to me. You know about sports.
Rob Manfred said, I think I made the right decision to remove diversity pipeline program from MLB website, which I'm not interested in reading the whole thing, but like, I don't. At first glance, that doesn't seem like the right decision to remove diversity pipeline. Anyway, Jay Stu responds. He quote tweets.
Yeah.
We agree with you. Two eyes and with, by the way. We agree with you on that issue, but we are still waiting for your apology to the state of Georgia for removing the 2021 All-Star Game. Simply putting it back on the calendar without a formal apology was cowardice. Who's we? Who's we? Who's we? Because I can tell you, the only thing I'd be curious about is why did you put it back when the reason you pulled it was because Trump and Republicans did terribly in the 2020 Georgia elections.
Yeah. Yep.
And then in 2021, there were all kinds of new governor, new restrictions on voting. And so there was an outcry. And of course, like every outcry, people forgot about it. And that's why they slid it back in. Yeah. But he's saying we agree that you removed the diversity thing, but we're waiting for an apology. First of all, unless you are like running the hot dog stand at the All-Star Game, who gives a shit what city it's in? Yeah. What city it's in?
Where was it this year? I have no idea.
I forgot. Oh, it was Atlanta. That was the whole thing.
Okay. That's the thing.
They made up, but they didn't change the voting law. They just But
so
anyway,
they just left it how it was.
But he's saying we need an apology for pulling it in 2021. Yeah, I kind of agreed with the reason to pull it in the first place.
So you don't need an apology.
And when I read that, I'm thinking he's talking about me.
No. Yeah. He's like me and Ed.
I am not in agreement with you, Jason.
Me either. I don't know who we. I would like to know who we is.
And also, With has one eye.
Love Jay Stu.
I love Jay Stu.
Yeah, guys, check out The Bachelor lifestyle. Jay Stu's doing the Lord's work because he watches the whole Bachelor, and his poor super hot girlfriend Christina, she has to send me messages about how she's annoyed at me that he has to watch the whole Bachelor. And then it's basically like Ed explains a movie, because I have The Bachelor on, but I'm like this, and I'm like, my phone. And then I talked to Jason about The Bachelor on The Bachelor lifestyle, and he tells me some shit that happens on The Bachelor, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I didn't even see that. So the guy does just a fucking fantastic bang up job. He's a great white shark in a Sea of Bachelor podcast. And I would posit that everybody check it out, because it's a great show. That's it for the regular show. We appreciate you listening, everybody that tuned in.
We have some doozies like last week. Got a surprise visit from Johnny Depp.
Well, I fucked that up, Ed. I forgot to preview last week.
But I'm just saying,
Patreon only.
This Patreon stuff is good. We're gonna talk about this Coldplay concert.
Yeah. I got thoughts on that.
We have thoughts.
As somebody with experience being outed as an adulterer, I have some advice for these people. These people should hear from me, because I've lived. I should be a consultant. I should consult for these people, because I have thoughts. I forgot that last week Johnny Depp visited, and he informed us that his dear friend Harry Aoki now works at a Panda Express, which was just it's a stunning development. And so if you're not checking out our patreon.com/The Baller Lifestyle Podcast, that's where you can hear about how Gwyneth Paltrow used to love it when her ex-boyfriend Ben Affleck teabagged her. This is where you're going to hear it. You're only going to hear it here. We appreciate you. If you're not able to, maybe share the show, tell some friends. We appreciate you anyway. Until next week, Daily, I'm Brian Beckner. And if you are the Patreon listener, continue listening. We appreciate you.
Goodbye.
Well, it's time for now sports segment on the Baller Lifestyle Podcast. Not sports. I'm taking out the segment now. Not sports segment.
This is for Patreon only. Tell us, what the fuck is going on in non-sports?
So last Wednesday, everybody but like 11 people woke up not knowing about a company called Astronomer. And then by Thursday, everyone knew, because Astronomer CEO Andy Byron was caught going to a Coldplay concert on Wednesday night. He has since resigned. Can you?
The most embarrassing part.
Trying to look at your boss. You're like, this motherfucker went to a Coldplay concert and was like really into it.
In 2025, like Coldplay is still just like blowing it out in fucking big ass venues, playing that. It was all yellow.
I saw a funny meme, and it was a sad picture of Dave Grohl, and it's like Dave Grohl finding out that an extramarital affair infused interest into Coldplay, whereas like his affair really skunked him in the last year.
I don't understand. I mean, I assume the shareholders or, you know, his angel investors or whatever this company did were like, oh, this is a bad look. You got to resign. Because I don't think this is a resignable, like, what's this got to do with his ability to be CEO?
I think, well, two things. One, everyone has heard of the Astronomer now.
Yeah.
I don't know what the share price.
Almost like they juiced it. Yeah. It's almost like they did it on purpose. Yeah.
The person, and look, women are a great gift to society, and
the best.
I love women.
Yeah.
The head of HR, they make you sit through this bullshit.
Yeah.
Seminars and all the rules, and you can't do this, you can't say that. And she's fucking the CEO. That's the one that, like, anyone says, oh, that's not good with HR. Everyone's gonna be like, yeah, whatever. Like, you can go fuck yourself. She has to go.
Absolutely. Takes two to tango. She's going to get paid out.
Yeah, but like the HR, you cannot have the head of HR with all their bullshit rules that everyone hates.
Totally agree. Yeah.
To be like, oh yeah, you can't send that email. Yeah. But I'm gonna go give a sloppy toppy to the CEO.
Yeah, they're there to protect the company, and she's giving him a hand job in the skybox. The camera shoot, and also what's Coldplay doing shooting the crowd? Like, who signed up for that?
Yeah, nobody wants to look at Dwayne in row 36. In section 214. Nobody wants that.
Sometimes I turn on the Laker game, Ed, and they give something away for like the best dancer or something. It's not like Dance and Bear. I'm not sure exactly what it is, Ed, because it's usually I got the sound off. But they'll cut to the crowd, and these people will have their kids like all dressed up Lakers, and the camera will come on them, and the kids will be like, like dancing like a fucking idiot. And I'm like, who's put their kid up to this? But anyway. No one knows these people's situation. We don't know what's going on with them. Like, I don't know why this guy's got to resign. Maybe he's in a loveless marriage. Maybe his wife is stealing his daughter's earrings behind his back. You never know.
Any of that. Well, two things. First of all, if they just stayed swaying back and forth, everything would have been fine.
I know. Yeah.
Nobody really is paying attention to, and like if you think of the last time you saw the Jumbotron, you can't remember anyone unless it was a celebrity.
Yeah.
And Andy Byron and the HR chick aren't celebrities. So it would have kept panning. It would have panned. Instead, she makes this like freaky look and he dives to the ground. It's really not good.
One wonders though, if it is like juiced viral marketing, because then Chris Donaldson, what's the name of the Coldplay guy? Chris
Martin.
Chris Martin's like, oh, he must be cheating on his wife, or like he immediately points out that adultery was happening. And also, why were their seats so shitty? Did they have a box? Were they like,
they were high up. I assume it's a box if it's a CEO, but then again, it's an astronomer. I don't know what.
Yeah. What does astronomer do? And also, and this is a good time to tell the world, fuck space. What do we need? Do we need to be looking more at space?
Space is complete horseshit.
Space is fucking bullshit. Like, who gives a fuck about space?
Let's talk about money on space.
It's enough with space. Okay, Ed, what else?
A Belgian man was heartbroken after driving nearly 500 miles to meet French model Sophie Vouzelot. He believed was going to be his future wife. When he got to her home, he's like, I want to meet my future wife, and her
She's
husband
losing love.
was like, I'm her current husband, so no. He got catfished.
He got what do they call that? Romance swindled. You
Yeah.
know, like the lady that thought she was getting married to Keanu Reeves.
It's a tricky time, but like
Yeah.
he didn't even do a go. Like if you're about to meet a French model 500 miles away, and you're hoping to blow her back out, you're gonna want some details on her. He didn't even do a simple Google search to find out that she's already married.
Yeah, I mean, it's also this Sophie, she looks like an AI. Like, what's like, is she? I would be like, can we do like a reverse Google? Can we like find out if she's even a real human being?
She looks a little bit like a young Celine Dion. Her face.
Yeah, she does have a bit of a horsey.
The nose mouth thing going on. I mean, she does
do
look
face modeling because
she does look quite fit.
Yeah, good shape. Hold on.
500-mile drive.
Yeah, that's far.
And then
500 is you get on a plane. That's too far to drive.
I think she is the one who made it worse for him because she's like, "Hi, I just wanted to tell everybody about the dangers of online, fishing." And it's like this guy's probably like, "Hey, would it be cool if you just didn't tell anybody that I just drove 500 miles to fuck a French model?"
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, it's the whole thing's just really, really sad and upsetting. Also, it's a learning experience. It's a teaching moment.
I think you might want to update your death penalty rankings because we had a situation where a pilot proposed to his girlfriend mid-flight, like got out of the cockpit, and I know it's mostly autopilot for most of the ride and everything.
Sure,
but it's unsettling for people to see the pilot like walking around the cabin.
Yeah,
but then to have your pilot say this. He said, "She's my co-pilot of love and life." Now, how are you supposed to be?
That's worse than Jay Stu's escape from Alcatraz thing.
Yeah. Well, how are you supposed to feel confident in landing the plane now? He just said, "My co-pilot of love and life."
Yeah, he sounds like a bitch. Also, look, this guy's worse than Sully. But also, remember that German pilot where the other pilot got up to take a shit or something, and then he locked the door and he fucking flew the plane into the fucking Pyrenees and killed like 100 and something people. That was like maybe like 10 years ago. Do you remember that, Ed?
I do not remember that.
You don't?
No, it sounds terrible.
Yeah, no, he was crazy. They were flying from like Barcelona or Madrid or something. It might have been England. I don't know. They were flying in Europe. And this guy was suicidal and no one knew it. And when the other pilot left, he locked the door and then he directed the plane directly to some mountains and killed everybody. So I thought there were some rules as to leaving a dude alone in the fucking flight deck. And this guy's like, "Oh, by the way, yeah, sure, fucking Hans over here could murder us, but I got a public proposal to do in front of some people in flip-flops with their sweaty tits and headphones." Like nobody's paying attention to your proposal on a plane or anywhere else. Do that fucking shit in private, dickhead.
I'm watching the video, and also it would have been pretty funny if there was like turbulence and then he's like getting out there and everybody's like, "I'm sorry, everybody's got to be buckled in because everybody's standing around."
In the middle.
There's an incredible amount of pressure on her to say yes, because if not, he's going right back in there and he's flying right into the Pyrenees.
Right into a mountain. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen. Like there's the risk reward here is this could be flight 2.0.
They're
like
Spanish,
he was shit-faced.
Based on the height of the two of them, they are not going to be racing the next Pau Gasol. Like they don't look like super tall. He looks like he might be racing the next like horse jockey, but
Maybe he's gonna go to that. Maybe he's gonna go to that Bartha players party and get tossed. You could do airplane.
Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
He lands the plane. Lamine Yamal's like, "Hey, let me get you in there.
I got a gig for you. You're gonna get fired from this airline. I got you hooked up."
Gwyneth Paltrow used to love when her ex-boyfriend Ben Affleck teabagged her. She would brag.
Well, hold on.
I don't. And first of all, I was excited by the teaser because it said, "Oh, this wild sex act that she used to love," and I was like, "Oh, she liked it in the caboose or something."
Course, yeah.
But she's bragging about teabagging is not. Why would she enjoy that?
No, teabagging is like what you is a joke that you do to your friend.
You do it to your passed out buddy.
Yeah, your buddy had too many 7 and 7s at the frat party, and then you go get the Polaroid. I'm gonna teabag Ethan, you know, and then it's like and then it's like and then Ethan's asleep, but both of his eyes are a scrotum. You know, like that's cute, that's funny.
He has the goggles on.
But it's and look, Ed, I don't want to be crass here, but this is the Patreon. I don't mind a little ball activity in the sack, but like a teabagging.
No, it didn't say she was like she liked sucking his balls or something. She's saying she liked being teabagged, like just his fucking.
I don't even get that
yam sack resting on her forehead.
And why are we still dealing with her? She's just still around. Does she act? She just does goop.
Yeah, the only thing the last like Marvel movie, I think she's like one of the friends of the Marvel, like Iron Man's assistant.
She's Iron Man's assistant, and then you could tell, he's beating those guts, but it's like unspoken because that doesn't happen in those movies. The sex act Gwyneth Paltrow loved performing with Ben Affleck revealed. That's some piping hot tea. Page 6 exclusively learned, or fucking publicist. Remember when, and this was also in page 6, remember when some guy that was a friend of hers got the shits at one of her parties, and they outed him, and they're like, "Hey, Ted Stevens got the shits at Gwyneth Paltrow's party," and he wasn't even famous.
Fucked up her Hamptons home, like just some guy. Yeah. And if you do a Google search of this guy, that's what you know about him.
He's the guy with the shits forever. And look, that's because she did that. He pissed her off somehow. And so she's like, "Hey, watch this. I'm gonna make you the guy that got the shits in page 6." Now page 6 is exclusively learned. This Gwyneth Paltrow calls up page 6 and goes, "I need you to run a story about how much I love teabagging." But those in the know won't be surprised that Affleck was into it. He does love Duncan. Did Jay Stu write this? The Oscar winner revealed the bedroom secret to makeup Kevin artist Kevin Aucoin. According to author Amy Odell in the forthcoming book Gwyneth, the biography, I believe Kevin Aucoin's dead. It was the ribald side of her that her friends knew well, but that public didn't see. Now I'm invested. She told Kevin Aucoin in his London hotel room one day that after lunch that she loved when Ben Affleck teabagged her. Reps for Paltrow and Affleck did not immediately return. Well, it's so euphemistic. Like, what does that mean? Teabagged. I don't even know. Like, describe it. I've had some sex in my life. I don't know that I've ever teabagged anybody. I'm not exactly sure what they mean.
I think I've only known it in a humiliating context.
Yes, it's
to do
a
that
joke.
To your girlfriend.
Yes, I don't. Yeah, did he wait till she passed out and then he had Matt Damon come in with a because they're such good buddies. He had Matt Damon come in with a Polaroid and he's like, "Look, I'm gonna teabag Gwyneth Paltrow," and then they showed her the pictures and she's like, "Oh my god, you guys, I love it when you do that." That's the only thing I guess.
Okay, just sprinkled in a heartwarming story. Pee Wee Herman's iconic red bicycle is going to be permanently displayed at the Alamo now. Remember when?
Yes, the Alamo has no basement. It's not in the basement, right?
Yeah. So I like that. They're just putting his bike. Now back to the sad. Long Island man dies after weight training chain around his neck pulls him into the MRI machine.
So this is. Right. I read this headline, Ed, and I'm like, "Oh, fucking Brazil at it again," or like some like wild place like Costa Rica, or Puerto Rico or
I
Florida.
Originally read it without the weight training chain. So Long Island man dies after chain around his neck, and I'm like, hey yo, but it's not. He was doing weight training with a heavy chain in the MRI place.
It's insane. So yeah, I was thinking it was a particularly large Italian horn that got pulled into the thing, you know, and it was like, oh, I have my my velour sweatsuit open a little too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
but this guy's this is like what the junkyard dog used to wear.
Yes.
Right?
That's what I'm thinking. And like, what is it, like crazy magnetized? Is that like
it's
from like
heavy?
I mean, I remember my son had to get an MRI, and like, he has a necklace, and and like they're like, hold all jewelry,
take all that out of the room. Got to take it out of the room.
Sucked him up. His wife was getting an MRI for like her ankle or something, and he was like standing nearby, and he got like sucked in.
It said he had to like help her with something, and so he went. But I don't understand. Like, wouldn't you just go, whoa, and then the chain would come off your head? Like, I don't understand.
It must have been a huge ass chain.
Just a big ass chain. It's like, and I'm guessing because like sometimes when I walk, I wear the weighted vest, and I'm like walking with the weighted vest.
While you're taking someone to the doctor's, like,
see, no,
you're driving your kid to the dentist, and you're like, I got to get my workout in. You're like, what?
My weighted vest on. Yeah. Like even in the gym. It's insane to see somebody with a chain around their neck. You're like, come on, buddy. It's, you know, you're not impressing anybody here. But then you're just walking the streets like the junkyard dog with just a big ass, heavy ass chain. I don't get it.
It's wild.
Very confusing. Yeah. R.I.P.
Wu-Tang album, Once Upon a Time in Shaolin. It used to be owned by Martin Shkreli. Then the U.S. repossessed it, and then some crypto bro bought it from them. So it's like people are all happy Shkreli got rid of it, but you know, some crypto bro is probably just as bad as Shkreli.
Of course. And
we found the price.
How much was it?
$2,238,482.30.
Pretty smart marketing, especially because there's no ODB. You know, it's like,
I went to Wu-Tang on Wednesday.
Oh, again? You just went to Wu-Tang not that long ago.
I went to like a couple of it was Ghostface and Ghostface and RZA or something. I forget, but that was December. This was they're doing like their final tour until they need more money kind of thing, but it's called the Final Chamber or something.
I've heard,
Run the Jewels opened for them.
That's awesome.
And it was good. Lauryn Hill came out, Mary J came out. It was good. But
was Mary J real sad about love? Did she lose?
She just did the one song with Method Man, You're All I Need. So it was cool.
Because
like he's rapping, all of a sudden she walks on, people are going bananas.
Oh, people went nuts. Yeah.
But the wild part, Old Dirty Bastard.
Hologram.
Young Dirty Bastard, his son, and he's styled exactly the same. He looks the same, and they give him like some solo, and it's like people were going nuts. He did a good job playing his dad, but it's wild. He's just going for the same look, and he's Young Dirty Bastard.
Young Dirty Bastard.
Yeah.
The seminal Long Beach, California rap, rock, reggae, hip hop, punk rock band Sublime now features the son of original singer Bradley Nowell, although he severely lacks his dad's charisma. Like they're trying to do the same thing. They're like, hey, look, it's Sublime. He has the same voice, you know, but it's like, well, he didn't write the songs.
Right.
Like the Journey guy, Journey's got that Filipino dude. Guy. It's not the same. He's a great singing voice, but it's not the same. Come on.
So I would say, look, I'm not going to any solo Young Dirty Bastard concerts, but the collective Wu were good, and Method Man is fucking awesome, and so so when you sprinkle in an ODB verse in there, it worked. I was surprised.
I love it. I love Young Dirty Bastard.
Yeah,
that's good
news.
Yeah,
finally, we'll end on a high note. The Steve Miller Band has canceled his 2025 tour, and people were wondering why, and they quoted extreme weather as the problem.
Extreme weather. You know,
Steve
tours
Miller
last
never
a month and a half. Like,
right.
There's going to be bad weather for a month and a half.
He's never performed in the summer. I mean, I get it's getting hot.
He only performs in the summer, Ed. He
right.
takes the money and runs. Like he's out there performing.
He's abracadabra to people's money.
Look.
Abracadabra, I made your taste in music disappear.
I know. I know we forget, but we've killed a lot of people. Yeah. I think we should take credit for this because the Steve Miller Band,
because we were killing his music.
Yeah, we were killing his music. Was prominently featured in our worst song bracket, and there was a whole bunch.
He made some runs in that.
Billy Jack is a detective down, jet airliner.
Yeah. Call me the space cowboy. We had a whole bunch of them in
Fly
there.
Like an Eagle. Like they were all in there. Oh, Stevie Guitar Miller. Yeah. They were all in there. People probably look. We're bigger now. We're on the Believe Network. And
maybe we're the extreme weather podcast because we just canceled his fucking tour.
Yeah. Oh, we just found out it's going to be hot this summer, so we can't. Stevie Guitar Miller.
Believe it? It's fucking hot out there.
Let's
cancel this. It had nothing to do with, I'm sure, like declining
tickets. Yeah.
Ticket sales.
Yeah. No, it was people have heard all that bullshit before. Excellent job, as always, Ed. I appreciate you. I appreciate the listeners. I appreciate all of our new, just every week we get a couple more Patreon subscribers. We love you guys very much. We appreciate you very much for spreading the word. For Ed Daly, my name is Brian Beckner. This has been episode number 584 of the podcast. Ed's I'm Gay Mug. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
BLS, oh yes, the Lifestyles Baller podcast.